Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Right to Global Gist BJ. I hope you're doing very well. Right. Have you heard about Susan Rice, the woman that went to attack some black teenagers in her house and got really beaten up? You need to watch this video. Watch these videos, and then I'll come back with the commentaries.
Hey,
Yeah, what do you do?
don't
Sex
care.
me?
Don't
Yeah.
care. You say you mad. You mad. Go in the house. 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 What? Touch me. Touch me. Touch me. Oh my.
What? Fuck you.
Touch me. Touch me. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about?
So this video has been all over TikTok. So this Karen, some white lady from upstate New York, I guess she somehow got into an argument with her teenage neighbors, two African American boys, and she started arguing with them, and they were arguing back. They're basically telling her, go in the house, like leave us alone. But she kept on, and then she gets to the point where she goes up on the porch, right? And she starts literally swinging at them. And if you listen, you hear one of the boys say, don't hit me, I'm going to lay you out. Or don't touch me. But that doesn't stop her. And to give you more of the backstory, her husband is the chief of police. And now, besides getting knocked the fuck out, which I just love, I love those videos, she's been criminally charged with 3 charges: aggravated third-degree harassment, trespassing, and something else. I forgot what it was. Her husband has been put on administrative leave. So not only did she get knocked the fuck out and get arrested, she got her husband suspended from work. You know what I find most interesting about these kind of clips is the audacity. You know, that is such a sign of privilege. You know, I don't care what color you are. I don't care who you are. What makes an adult think that you can walk up to people and just swing on them, and then you're not going to have any consequences? And I don't know. People may not agree with this opinion, but for me, it's worse with women, right? Because we are constantly preaching, don't hit women, don't abuse women. Women are victims of domestic violence. But I never understand the women that so freely swing on men, either their boyfriends, husbands, or strangers. Because men are physically stronger than women. And why shouldn't they swing back and knock you the fuck out? But in general, all adults should keep their hands to themselves. You can get into arguments. I've spent my life hurting people with my words. You don't have to swing on people to hurt them. But it's just so... There's so much privilege in that, right? That you actually think that you can walk up to people and hit them, invade their space, get in their face, and you're not going to have any consequences. And we see it all over the internet. So, this is definitely a fuck around and find out moment for her. I hope she, now she has a record. I don't know if she had one before. You know, her husband looks stupid at work. And her husband was there. I don't know if you see the guy at the end of the video kind of dragging her off the porch. That's her husband. So he was smart enough to not be arguing with these kids. And not to let it go that far. If she got in an argument with them, what's the problem? But to let it go that far where you're swinging on them and getting in their face, that's too much. That is white privilege failed. Right? You used your white privilege and it fucking backfired. Because you got knocked the fuck out, you got some criminal charges, and your husband got suspended. Good job, lady.
Fuck is you talking about?
Mind y'all motherfucking business, okay? Just mind y'all business. And the same black folks y'all see on this app is not the same black folks y'all see in real life. I don't even like messing with them niggas. I need y'all to mind y'all business. Alright, on a real note, what did we learn? What did we learn? I know her husband slid them some money for that shit. she went on a porch and her husband was chasing after her. My bad. I just had to collect myself because that shit was bro. Anyways, learn to mind y'all business and stop messing with folks. Because how you gonna walk on somebody else's property and start swinging and expect to not get hit? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is seriously wrong with you? You deserved every punch that came your way. You deserve to be on that porch laid out the way you was.
Y'all seen that white lady get dropped on the porch? She was DOA. She walked up them steps like she had fucking backup. I'm gonna tell you something right now. When a black person say touch me, don't touch them, okay? That's not what you're supposed to do. That means if you touch me, I'm going to lay your ass out. First of all, baby, you walked up their steps on their property, so you're trespassing. Then you swung on the first young man first. And then you swung on the cameraman. And that cameraman, I think he put two to the dome because she was laid the fuck out. She had gotten a ring with Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, and Layla all at the same fucking time. And then her husband talking about stop. Talking to her while she knocked the fuck out. Talking about stop. And then he had to drag her ass off the fucking porch because she wasn't up. She definitely wasn't up. Moral of the story, stop fucking with black people or you're going to get laid the fuck out. The end.
House. Go in the house. What?
Come up here.
Touch me.
Alright, so that was a clip from this video where the woman apparently got into altercation with a couple teenage boys, and she went up there and she put her hands on them. Now, I don't know exactly what happened beforehand, but, they kept telling her, hey, leave us alone. Like, she literally got on their property and decided she wanted to put her hands on them. And at the end of the day, you can't just be putting your hands on anybody, especially women. Like, some women feel like because I'm a woman, you're not supposed to hit women, that I can just haul off and hit you. And no, you can't do that. That don't make it right. And I know I've seen a couple of videos where people are talking about this is a big white privilege fail. And some people think that they have the audacity to say and do whatever they want without consequences. And she ended up getting consequences. She got charges pressed on her. And to my knowledge, her husband worked with the police department, and he ended up having to be put on leave. He got suspended, And it's like, this is a true one to F around and find out. Like, you just can't be doing any and everything and think you're going to get away with it, because unfortunately, everybody does not. I don't know. Anyway, drop your thoughts on what you think about this situation.
So today's fuck around and find out moment comes to us from New York. I am sure you guys have seen this lady, Susan Rice here, who decided to assault two teenagers, 16 and 18 years old. She now has charges, and they done put the boyfriend on administrative leave. That is how you fuck around and find out in 2025. Swiftly, love it. So the backstory is that the two teenagers were on the porch. The 16-year-old lived there. The 18-year-old was a friend who was visiting, and they were laughing at something, just doing teenager things in the summertime, having a good chat. And she thought they were laughing at her, so she got offended and jumped into their conversation. And they were like, ma'am, go in the house. Ma'am, just go in the house. We shouldn't have to explain to you that we was just kikiing on the porch. Like, we shouldn't have to explain it to you. And she starts making statements about, well, you don't pay for this, pointing to her house. They wouldn't, because that's your house, ma'am. But she made some very offensive comments, calling them Section 8. If they let people in Section 8 next door to you, it says something about the neighborhood. All right, because they don't let them just move into any neighborhood, ma'am. So it would say something about you. All right. And so she decided that she was going to be in charge because her boyfriend is part of the police department, not her. And she walked her butt up to the doggone steps onto that porch to start attacking people, and they gave her a good knockout, and she wasn't ready for it. Boyfriend, Chief Justice Zakuski, got up there to try and help her, and he was struggling because, baby, she was knocked out. It was a KO. Yes. And so, she is now facing charges, endangering the welfare of a child, trespassing, and second-degree harassment. Yes, 3 charges. And then they did go ahead and put the boyfriend on administrative leave after this shenanigans she decided to pull by assaulting teenagers. It should be a crime that you got in your feelings about them having joy as teenagers. But don't worry about it. You deal with those charges that you now have, and let's hope they don't dismiss your boyfriend. They should. But let's just hope they don't, because he needs to help you pay for an attorney for those doggone charges for you hitting on teenagers. But we know for sure when somebody tells her next time to go in the house, she will go in the house.
Y'all need to stop messing with black people, because real life is different than TikTok and Twitter comments. I saw that woman that tried to assault them black kids on their porch. We told y'all that we're not going back. We're not playing about that shit at all.
And to that woman who walked herself up on that porch, listen, you may discriminate, but these hands don't, okay? And that's exactly why your boyfriend had to drag you off that porch like a sack of potatoes, and that's exactly what you get. You ran up on that porch, but you didn't leave that way. See what happens when you don't mind your business? One day you gonna meet your match, okay? And you almost met Jesus at the same time. They told her several times to go back in her house, and she did the complete opposite. The moment that you walked on that porch should have been the moment that you made peace with your God, because you was almost about to meet him. Two important hits happened, okay? She hitting them and she hitting that porch. The way they had you looking like you just was in a life alert commercials, you have fallen down and you can't get up. I bet you that's the first and last time that you will ever run up on anybody. The way those young men dropped you like you was a bad habit. Listen, y'all gotta understand, you just can't be running up on anybody, okay? Imagine you trying to confront somebody and next thing you remember, you waking up seeing a pearly gates.
I saw that Karen that came on the porch and put her hands on a few minors during an argument. Yeah, she walked on their porch and started swinging on everybody. I don't even know what the argument was about, but what I did hear the Karen say, she was like, this is my house, this is my estate, we're the police. Turns out she is the New York police chief's woman. That's why she said we are the police. If your man is the New York police chief, why are you outside trying to embarrass him? Like, what are you doing? How y'all living here? How y'all living here? What are you guys on Section 8? Y'all on Section 8? Young boys on the porch are just like, just go home. Go in your house. Go home. Like, and that's valid because you're crashing out. Like, go in the house. Thank you. She like buffed up her shoulders and started walking towards their porch, walked on the porch and started swinging. I tell you, they made that lady take a nap. I'm talking about NAPZ, straight Z. Was knocked out for a little second, and then when she finally got up and regained consciousness, she still was taking too long to get up, trying to make it seem like it was more serious than it was, like she couldn't get up. Video, they like, get up, get off my porch, get off my porch. You never should have came on this porch and hit nobody. Get off my porch. And I got it on camera, and I'm glad they got it on camera because people like her will antagonize you, get aggressive first, then call the police, and because the color of their skin make it seem like they were the aggressors. And depending on what police officer pulls up, they may or may not believe that. So I'm glad they got footage. But yeah, they was like, get off my porch, get off my porch, get off my porch. She act like she can't get up. Her husband came and he like trying to pick up and drag off the porch. She basically like fighting against them so she won't have to get up. I'm like, girl, you can get up. You need to get up and you need to go now. The boys just like, yeah, you just put your hands on me. I'm a minor. We all minors. Like, y'all gonna stop playing with people and getting hands. I keep telling y'all need to keep some of y'all need to keep y'all hands to yourself. Being physical is not always the answer to everything. Sometimes y'all need to learn how to take y'all verbal L in peace and go on about y'all day.
Welcome back. So she fucked around and she found out, right? That is why I keep telling you guys, I love Black Americans. They can never joke. They don't, they give it, they dish it out the way it is expected, to be honest. I love those people, be it African Americans or Black Americans, you guys. I like that energy those guys, pulled up there. Those people are young guys. I think they're teenagers. Just having a discussion with their friends, and then this woman came in. The next thing is, you guys were laughing at me. How? Madam, are you okay? How? And then she wants to come and start beating them. And then they threw her on the floor. Basically, she was speaking and shouting, do you know who we are? We are the police and all of this. She allegedly, her husband is a chief security officer in the police or whatever, right? He had, a particular office, right? So they really beat her up. And the man was the person that was even helping her up. I heard after the beating, she landed at the hospital. And then she was, taken, to jail for, so many more things she did, including that one. She thought she was going to get the white privilege, but it didn't work. That is all the truth. Now, the thing is, if you know you're on your rights, do not allow anybody use you or talk to you or talk down at you. No, stand up for your rights. Gone are those days when people will be like, oh, it's because I'm white. Oh, it's because I'm this, blah, 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 blah. You know your rights. Do not allow anybody beat you up for nothing. Do not cry for nothing. Yes, go allow for it. But please, do not unalive anybody. Do not. And make sure you have your evidence. At least you could see that one of the guys was actually recording what happened. So you could have your evidence. with the use of social media right now, when a lot of things are out there, at least justice will be served. Just like what happened to this Susan Wright, an old woman coming to actually, this is pure racism. This is bad on all angles, and I love the way those boys reacted. I will say it again and again. I love the way they reacted. They did so well. Honestly, they did so well. Yeah, please stand up for yourselves wherever you are. Stand up for yourselves. I said so. Please stand up for yourselves. I trust you all. I keep saying it. I trust you all. Please, gone are the days of we're victims, you're being treated anyhow. Stand up for yourself. You know who you are. You are American. Stand up for yourself. Do not allow anybody mess up with you. Make sure you're on your right. You're not the one going for the trouble first. Educate yourselves, educate your children to hold their sides. That's why I keep saying you guys should be united. And that is just it. So I want to see, if you have any experience like that, let me see it in the comments. Let's talk about it and let's laugh. Of course, I'm so happy Susan Rice was beaten up. Yeah, she was rocked on. And that's good for her. So I'll see you on the next one. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, right? I'll be back.